Hello everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. We're on our way back from the ploughing contract that we finished at the end of the last episode. We're just about to get this put back into the yard, and then we're going to go straight over, get our combine and head up and do our next contract, which is some oat harvesting for Adrienne. If you remember, she was our very first contract up here when we got some silage bales done for her, so she's come back for more work, which is fantastic. But we'll get that done. There's no other work lined up at the moment, but hopefully there'll be more on the horizon soon. But we've actually got quite a busy day. If you remember, the Renault tractor has broken down. Well, the dealer has got that down at the dealership now, and he wants us to head over and come and have a chat about how we want to approach it, what the appetite is for fixing it, and just generally have a chat. I've also kind of flagged to him that I would really quite like to discuss getting a new tractor, and when I say new, it's going to have to be second-hand. We don't have the budget for anything else, and we will be leasing it. There's not a chance that we have the ability to fund one fully, so we'll just have to buy something that somebody else is getting rid of just for now, which is, you know what, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. It's just where we are at the moment on the farm with the money we've got, so we shall see. Now, the other thing I need to sort out is some accommodation, because it's getting quite expensive. I'm living in the pub at the moment, just for the last couple of nights, just while I find my feet. But I might have got a solution for that as well, so we'll come back to that in a little while. But for now, we better push on. We've got some work to do, and we need to get it done ASAP. Willie said he would go and meet us down there. He's going to be driving the combine for us. I'm going to run the truck down there first to pick up the header, and then I'll run back, grab the TW. I think we'll use that for hauling the grain. So, we will see you over where we left the combine. And there's the combine up on the hill there. The header's already off and on the trailer, so we should be able to hook up with this, with a hitch on the back of it, and we'll move the combine first, and then we'll move the header afterwards. Now, I don't know where we're going. It's field 92. But I don't know where that is in the map, so we'll need to have a look and just get our bearings. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'm quite enjoying the fact that... oh, look at that. Our hitch doesn't work. Well, that's not much use, is it? I should have checked that. Oh well. Looks like we're driving back to get the TW. So we'll probably bring the trailer up here, dump the trailer in the field with the combine, and then come back for the header. First things first, though, let's shift the combine. That's very frustrating, that hitch doesn't work. Okay, so there is field 92 up there. We are currently down here in 107, so it's not a bad drive, actually. Just a little bit of a drive up the road. And then we'll cut in past the windmill there, and up to field 92. Tell you what, this combine got seriously dirty on that last job. Look at that, how did we manage to get it that dirty? I think after this job we'll have to run it back down to the yard and get it cleaned. Past the beautiful windmill. Fantastic, I love that. And hopefully we're not going to meet anything coming the other way, because there's not a lot of space on these lanes. Here we are at Home Farm. I'm just going to get out here because that's a very nice sign. I'm still looking for somebody to make my signs to go on the building for the contracting business, and that is very nice. I shall do some inquiries and work out who did that and maybe use them for my signage. But let's not potentially block anybody on the road here. Let's get to the field. So that's field 91 there. Already been harvested and ploughed, so we must be the next one along. And excitedly, it looks like the entrance could be quite handy too. Doesn't look like we're going to have to manoeuvre too hard, although that telegraph pole maybe will cause us a few issues. Let's see anyway. The big problem actually is, I could do with getting the header in. We're going to have to drive over some of the crop just to get started here. Well, let's pop the gate. There we go. Now these open a little bit more now, because I've edited them to just give us a little bit more wriggle room. But yes, the ideal scenario would be you could get the header in early doors and not have to worry about running on the crop. But the reality is it's so tight that we're just going to have to make do with what we've got. Can we squeeze past that post there? We can just. There we go. So yes, we'll just have to run into here like so. We'll try and minimise the amount of damage to the crop. It shouldn't have an overall impact really. And if we put this like so, in fact I might just move it out of the way for now. When we drive the header trailer in, it shouldn't cause us too many issues. Right, the long trek back to get the TW, then the header trailer. We'll be back shortly. There we go, connects to the tractor, fine. I've just realised actually, I haven't collected my fee for the ploughing contract, so I'll go and grab that now. There we go, £7,912. Thank you very, very much. Right, let's get this over to the combine, and then we'll have to dash across the map and get back, hopefully with the trailer, before he's filled up. Right, let's head out onto the road. In hindsight, I should have dropped the weight off the front actually. That would have given me a little bit more manoeuvring ability, but we can do it when we go back to the yard. That was on there from when we were using the plough. So, we'll batter on and we'll get up to the field as soon as we can. This does move quite well actually, this tractor, for its age. It can sit quite happily at around 30 miles an hour, so it's not a bad tractor for hauling grain as well. Let's check which sell point we need to drop the grain off as well. Knowing my luck, it'll be on the other side of the map. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened to us. There we go, past Court Farms. Oh, there's some nice signs there as well. Who is this sign guy? He could come in very handy. Look, we're at the windmill already. Right, so we'll get this to the field, and then we'll head back to the yard. So we'll see you in a sec. Right, here we are. This could be a little bit more fun than the combine. We're slightly longer. Let's see if we can get our angles right. Always going to be tight, this. Right, spin it around this way, and let's see if we can get that rear wheel in. This is why I edited these gates. They used to be at 90 degrees. It was impossible, but... oof. Just squeezed it in there. Can we get around the bar at the back? Yep. We're good. Nice. So look, I'm going to leave it just there. Literally in the gate. To avoid crushing too much of this crop. And then get it hooked up. Cut a little opening out, I think. So we can have a little bit of space for the trailer to park. And then we'll get the trailer on that top headland actually. There's just enough space there, I think. Right, there we go. Let's just get past the header trailer here. And I might just park this up. Willie's on his way over to take over combining, so I will just leave this here. He can get started while I'm away, bringing the trailer back. Right, let's just check what we need to do from a delivery perspective. Take the product to Garden Centre. I know where that is. We are here. And the Garden Centre, I believe... oh, that's Longmeadow Stores. The Garden Centre is up here, so it's the one that we delivered the bales to the other day. So, actually, looks like we can go up here and run along the edge of the map border there, through here, down here. It's still quite a long trek, but it's not as bad as I initially thought. I panicked when I saw Garden Centre, but I think we can do that. Combine might have to wait for a little while in the field while we sort things out, but we'll do our best. Right, here we are, back in the yard. Let's just get rid of this weight and drop it off over here. There we go. And pick one of the two trailers. Now, one of the things that's kind of dawned on me, and it's the wrong time of year, so it doesn't matter just at this second, although I should start doing some inquiries on it, is I have nothing in the way of seeders or planters to be able to grab any of that contracting work when the time is right. So, along with the new tractor, I'd quite like to look at what the options are for purchasing a seeder, or a planter, or in an ideal world, maybe both, but I think I might be pushing my luck a bit with that. I might just have to choose one and accept that that is the way it's going to be for the first 12 months, and maybe over that time we get enough money to be able to buy something else. But yeah, lots to consider. I don't want to blow all of my money. We've got to be careful, so we'll push on. I just saw it pop up there, the contract was 10% done, so that tells me that Willie has arrived at the field and is running the combine, so we'll head back over and see how he's getting on. Now, I did give Davey a call and see if he wanted to run the grain trailer, but I think he's still feeling a little bit guilty for what he did to the Renault tractor, which, just for clarity, was nothing. It could have happened to me. I could have been driving that. That was going to go, and that was going to go, I mean, you guys saw it as well for a few episodes, so I feel bad for the guy, really. His poor reputation goes before him a little bit, so, yeah. We'll get him back, though, for a few more jobs. He did a good job with the baler until it broke. He was very efficient, so lots of potential for him still. Right. Where are we? There's Willie on his way back round, just doing the first headland. So we'll give him a little bit of space just to get around this first headland, and then we'll jump in with the trailer. Oats don't yield that high, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets around this entire first headland, or this maybe even half the field before he needs unloading. Just give him a helping hand here. The gate is in his way, so we'll just close it while he turns around at the top of the headland. Pop it again now so we can get in. I'm glad I've got these cane trailers. They're quite short and stubby, so it means we can get them into fields a little bit easier. I said a little bit easier, but it's still seriously tight. There we go. Now, ideally, there would be another gate at the bottom of this field that we could run out of, so we don't have to make that really tight turn there, although we might just have to run through the hedge a little bit. We shall see, but let's park up here and wait for Willie to flip the beacon on the combine so we know that he's nearly full. Just tuck ourselves out of the way so we don't interfere with his turning. There we go.
Lame the weak, too afraid to start the dreams that only came to pass them by. Here's to the broken man who stood and watched when he heard you can, 'cause it shows me that faith is more than sight. Here's to the wandering child looking for a star to guide, pushing through the darkness of the night. Hold your hand up to your heart, I know it's just a chance to start. I know that it might feel like it's too hard.
Right, we're gonna head down to the bottom and then we're going to trail him back up and try and get this trailer full. It won't fill it completely, because I don't think he's got that much in the hopper, but it does mean though he can finish this field off while we're away without getting full, and we can take our time getting over to the garden centre and back. So let's get down here and we'll wait for him to turn. There he goes, just turning. We'll tag on, and but look what I've spotted over there as well. A second gate, and it looks like a wider entrance and exit than the one at the top. So that is a bonus too. Right, let's see how much we get out of this tank, shall we? Let's try and set cruise control so we're running with the combine. Turn our HUD on so we can see how much we're getting out. Oh, we may fill up actually here. 95, 98, 99. We are full. There we go. Well, 99%. That was well judged, wasn't it? Right. Let's get down to this gate at the bottom here and let's head back down the road to the sell point. Just got to work out which way it's going to open so we know which way to get out. There we go. It's opened the way we wanted it to as well. Result. Right, off we go. I could definitely do with the sat-nav. Now that is a nice little equestrian centre, isn't it? Look at that. My daughter would like that. She loves horses. Right, let's go. Right, here we are, right on the edge. We can't go that way because the road is closed, but there is a track down here we can follow, so we'll follow this. I think we follow it all the way, really, to the store, and then after that, round the corner to the garden centre. Contractor on field 92 is 60% complete now. Obviously that's going to go up a lot when we tip this, and genuinely think Willie's going to have that field finished by the time we get back, so that is good. Just navigate this bridge here and we are back on paved roads. Here we go, past the store. Recognise that. We've been in there a couple of times to get food and things. Now we can turn down this lane here as a little bit of a shortcut, save us driving all the way down to the bottom on the tarmac road. And then we just turn straight back up. There's the garden centre just over there on our left. Let's get this tipped. Should give us a good idea for how much is left on the contract as well. There we go, up to 70% complete now. 60% transported for field 92 as well. So, let's whip round. Let's go and get the rest. Right, here we go, over the bridge again. These are quite nerve-wracking. There's zero protection, so you wouldn't want to fall off one of them, would you? Right. We will see you back at the field. Right, here we are, and we can see Wally up on the hill there, and look at that. He has got just a few passes left, and we are done. This has taken no time at all, which is great. No other contracts on the board, though. Nobody has given us a call or anything yet today, so that's a bit worrying, but got to keep the faith. I think everything we've done a good job at, so there's no reason for people to not want to use us. Right, let's get the last of this grain into the trailer. He's full actually, look at that. Luckily enough, a full hopper in the combine doesn't equate to a full trailer, so just this tiny last little section will go into the trailer with no issues. There we go, 69% in the trailer now. He has got barely a pass. If you count these two together, there's barely a pass there. So we'll just wait for him, and we'll grab the last of it. And then we will go and see what sort of bonus we've got. So obviously this isn't the most lucrative contract, it's only about £3,200. But it's very possible we could get a couple of thousand bonus off the contract, the excess the excess crop, so fingers crossed we shall see, because we're going to need some of this, because after this, obviously we'll get all the equipment home and get it all clean, because things are starting to look a bit dirty, but after that, we're going to head over to the dealer, we're going to have a chat about the Renault, have a chat about potentially if he's got any ideas of any second-hand tractors that he can sort us out with, and discuss that issue around not having a seeder or a planter in our armoury to be able to take advantage of some of those seeding contracts in the new year. So let's see what he's got to say for himself. Right, there we go. That was the last little bit in. Didn't take much at all. Combine is done. Willie's gone home. We'll go and sell this, and we are done. Not bad, and I'm excited to see how much extra grain we might get out of this as well. So we will see you over at the sell point. I'm going to make a beeline for this gate, like a laser, straight through. Zoom. There we go. Right, see you at the sell point. Right, here we are. Let's roll into here, get this unloaded. Fingers crossed there's a few extra pennies on this, because it isn't a big contract, like I said earlier. Just about £3,000, although we did that in double quick time, didn't we? There was no messing around there. Willie was on fire in the combine, and it's actually been not a bad run to and from the sell point. So yeah, we've got through this in fact in just over an hour. It was 11:30 when we started it. Contract on field 92 is 94% complete, so there we go, finished. Oh, we've made £925 harvest income. Thought it might be a little bit more than that. Hey, but I'll take it. Every penny counts, right? 53,000 in the bank now? Not too bad at all. So there we go. Let's collect that as well, just to see. 57,167. Great stuff. Now, the other bonus of that sell point is we're very close to the farm now, so we'll head down, ditch this, and then we'll go and get the combine. Right, here we are. I was about to go and park this, but do you know what I'm going to do? Other than turn my beacon off, I'm going to pressure wash this. Do you know what I could really do with is like a hired help from maybe like somewhere like New Zealand. I could pay him a pittance and he could just wash tractors for me the whole time. I wonder if there's anybody who would be willing to do that. Right, TW cleans up very quickly, doesn't it? See how long this trailer takes to do as well. Well, that's not bad either. Good. Excellent. Right, job done. Park this up and go and get the rest of the stuff. There we go, combine's back and getting a well-earned bath. It's been out there in the field working hard, this. I've been very impressed with this combine, I have to say. Really enjoying it. So we'll get the dirt off this. Headers here as well, we took the Fiat down, just for a bit of a change of scene. And we just washed the TW, so we don't want to get it dirty again. But there we go, that's that clean. Let's get the header clean. We'll get everything put away. Like I said then, we'll take the pickup down to the dealership and we're going to have a chat about equipment and things like that. And, yes, our little accommodation problem hopefully will be resolved too. Right, here we are at the dealers. Let's just park out front. First things first, I think we're going to walk around to the service bay and have a look and find out what's happening with the Renault. I think it's just in here. Ah, yes, there it is. It's up on the blocks. Yeah, that does not look in very good nick, does it? Right. Let's go and see what they're saying about it. So, new clutch, a new gearbox. If I want it, it's going to be about 10 grand. I've got a second-hand gearbox they can source, and they can sort the clutch. Do we want to do it though? Because the other question I asked him was what have you got in the way of second-hand tractors? And he's got this. Let's have a look at this. There we go, little Case Puma 145. Pretty standard spec, nothing particularly exciting about it. But good power, 188 horsepower, so it would be our most powerful tractor. It's got a front hitch. It's pretty stumpy and narrow, so it would work well on these tight lanes and back roads and getting in and out of gates. I quite like this. 126,000 though. It's quite punchy price-wise, but we could lease it. Base costs 2,520, then 1,200, just over 1,200 a day, and 2,600 per workout. Does that feels quite steep actually. But obviously we're paying that off over time, and ultimately it'll be ours to keep. So for an investment, that's a pretty small investment to have another tractor on the farm. So decision time. It's going to cost us 10 grand to fix the Renault, or we could start leasing this Case for 6,000. Now, it's not to say we won't fix the Renault at some point, because I still think that's got a job to do on the farm as well, with some of the smaller runaround jobs and things like windrowing, tedding and things like that don't take a lot of power. But this could be a really handy tractor for us, you know, especially when we're talking about seeders and planters and things like that. So something to bear in mind there. Anyway, that is all from the dealer for now, other than this round the corner. I've been asking him about any opportunities for accommodation around here, if he knew anybody or anybody was looking for somebody to room with, and he said, well actually, come and have a look around the back. This old caravan's been sitting here for a while. The owner wants rid of it. He was like, well, I'm sure if you made him a decent offer, he would consider it. So, I'm going to have a think. See whether or not we want to live in a caravan. It would be handy. We'd be at the yard the whole time. It keeps our costs down, because I would like to ultimately build a house down there in our field, so I can live in a little bit more luxury than a caravan. But for starters, it could be not a bad place to be. And it looks in good nick. So, one to consider. Definitely. Right. I'm getting carried away in myself here. I'm going to spend a load of money that I don't have. So let's head back to the farm. And we don't have any contracts to go, so we're at a bit of a loose end now. So I think on that note, we will leave it here. Keep our fingers crossed that some more work's going to come in very soon. But for now, from me, the Farm Sim Guy, thank you all very much for watching. And thank you all for your support, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.